Hello everybody, welcome back. It's your boy Val Zenin, and today I will be talking about the things that I think are making Dragon Ball Legends die. Now for those of you who haven't heard anything about Dragon Ball Legends, don't worry, I will explain my personal opinion on what a brain dead character is in this game. Now in my personal opinion, a brain dead character can be very easily boiled down to, well, a character that is one, easy to use, and second, has a lot of already annoying mechanics packed into that one character's kit, such as AoE greens, counter gauges, and second life mechanics. Somebody like Ultra Majin Vegeta has all of these. The things that Ultra Majin Vegeta has in his kit is part of the reason why he survived so long. He dropped in about October or November of 2024 and didn't truly die until either debatably part 1 of the 7th anniversary or part 2. So June or July of last year. This man was so stupidly strong, and they just overdid his kit way too much. Next up, we can talk about another brain dead character like Ultra Namek Goku from the part 3 of the 7th anniversary. Now this guy is pretty brain dead, strictly because of a few things in his kit. One of them being an AoE green that grants you a blue card every time he uses it, which, by the way, his blue card can faint, so that's the second thing that's annoying about him. The third thing is his gauge. His gauge is a lock-in gauge that, once you use a strike or blast card, it locks you in for 3 timer counts. Now, 3 timer counts doesn't sound that bad, which it really isn't because it runs out pretty quick. It only gives you about enough time to use 2 cards. But considering you can just use a blast or a strike and then instantly chain into a blue card which has the potential to faint, which fainting stops you from switching, by the way, you can almost guarantee a kill sometimes, which is very brain dead. Not to mention the KO guard mechanic itself is also very, very brain dead. Considering it's basically just a revive that works on every single member of your team, but works best on him because it heals him the most out of anyone on your team. Which is, annoying as all hell. So now that I've given y'all 2 very big examples of brain dead characters in Dragon Ball Legends, I will talk about the next major problem in this game, although it is almost entirely relating to PvP, same as the brain dead characters. Now, if you're wondering what a passive player is, don't worry, it's pretty easy to explain across almost every fighting game. Basically, a passive player is someone who always waits for you to attack first, that way they can punish you for it. And with the way the meta is right now, that is really, really annoying because there are so many brain dead units out there that it's very easy to get punished for doing literally anything, regardless of if you're attacking or not, even if you're just sidestepping. 2 really brain dead characters that punish you for basically doing anything in the game are Legends Limited Radahn from part 2 of Legends Fest. I still hate this guy with every single fiber of my being. And, even though I use him, I hate using him because he's boring to play with and very brain dead. Legend Super Vegito. For those of you who are having trouble understanding what is so annoying about the kits, don't worry, I will explain. So first off, Gohan. Even pre-revive, he is an absolute fucking monster. He, has a ton of lock-in, ton of healing, crazy blue card damage, and just crazy damage in general. A gauge that fills and grants him more damage and more cards. Same as Vegito. Both of them have this stupid gauge. I hate it because it just makes them combo monsters. They said they were going to nerf combos, and they proceed to completely forget about it a few months later. But, yeah, that's just some of the reasons why Gohan's annoying. And then there's his post-revive kit. Oh boy. He gains an AoE green. I hate when characters have a second life mechanic already, and it drives me insane when they have not only a second life mechanic, but an AoE green on top of it. Now, considering I use AoE green characters quite a lot, you may be thinking, well, Val, why do you hate AoE greens so much? Shouldn't you be vouching for them, considering you use them a lot? I only vouch for one character, and that's IT Goku. 1, IT Goku's not that tanky. 2, his disrupt is pretty garbage. 3, the only real notable things about him is that he's a Vanish Merchant, and also has a lot of good damage that he can get via his lock and ult, which is pretty good for guaranteeing a quick kill. But that's if his gauge is full, and while AoE greens do help out a lot with that, people can work around AoE greens, especially around this guy, because he's just not tanky. So that's the only reason why I give this guy any props. Rathan, however, is just pure brain dead. Especially considering that on his main ability, this man literally just removes your Vanish. So if he catches you, like gets you down to one character, I mean, and said one character is low, congratulations, you've just guaranteed him an LF on you, and you might as well just forfeit the match there instead of giving them the satisfaction of getting the LF with this little rodent, because screw Gohan. Next up is Legend Super Vegito, and my calling him brain dead is boiled down to 3 main things. The first one being his long range blue card. Now, his long range blue card on its own is already problematic because it requires you to be very, very careful with what you do in the match. Basically, if somebody has him, just expect them to be playing very, very passively, because that's basically what he encourages. He encourages pure punishment for doing anything at the wrong moment. And the long-range blue card is also annoying because even if it misses, he still gains basically an entire hand of cards back. He gets 3 cards for popping the blue. He basically resets his entire hand. So if his hand was garbage aside from the blue card beforehand, well then, he probably just got a really good hand, or at least a usable one. Second is his gauge, which is the same as Gohan's, which when it fills, gives him more cards, more damage, all kinds of crap. But his is actually worse than Gohan's, because it buffs his ultimate arts. And speaking of his ultimate arts, he has 2 of them. One of them he gets from said gauge filling all the way. And the buffs it gets from said gauge filling all the way is very, very annoying. So it gets the ability to go type neutral, and also nullify endurance, along with getting a lot of other buffs. Yippee-ki-yay! I hate Legends developers for making characters like this, but they don't stop. So the 2 characters I will be addressing in this section are Legend fused with Kami Piccolo and the new Ultra Sword of Hope Trunks. So, I'm going to talk about their banners. Now, first up, Piccolo's banner. It's complete garbage. Except for Piccolo himself, all the units are unusable. The only semi-usable one, and this is a huge if, is Super Baby 2, and that's only if you run him with, like, Ultra 4Q, because Ultra 4Q would then get a huge buff from being granted Super Baby 2. The only reason why Super Baby 2 is even usable is literally because he got Zenkai'd during Part 3 of Legends Fest. Second, let's look at Trunks. His banner is actually pretty good. Has very good side banner units, I'd say. Especially since right now a few of them just got buffed. The problem is that Trunks himself is hard to obtain, considering all Ultra banners have the same problem of, for the most part, having a 0.35% chance for you to pull them, except for one step, which only increases it to 0.7. Nice ones. And speaking of Piccolo, I also find him to be brain dead because his ability to have 2 ultimate arts is even worse because he gets his significantly easier than Vegito does. Not to mention, he has the better second life mechanic, as he has indestructible. Yippee-ki-yay! So I will cut Piccolo and Trunks some slack because at least Piccolo has Revive Disruption, which, while doesn't do too much to stop Gohan, because Gohan heals way too much, it at least does attempt to help. And he's also pretty hard to get off the board because of Indestructible, making him a viable option to use against Gohan. So I will give him that much, but nothing more. And then there's Trunks, who I can only really give slack for because, well, he brought a new type of gauge. But that's the only thing I can give him slack for, because I hate him and because of how badly he brought hybrids back from the dead. Like, just why? I mean, I'm glad they made him green, because then he can counter hybrids. But at the same time, he still brought back Gohan. Gohan's not even dead yet, but now he's even stronger again. Rainbow Fist already explained why the Gohan and Sword of Hope Trunks combo is so brain dead on his channel. Oh boy, let's just get into the 4th and 5th sections. Now, those of you who have watched my channel and seen any of the posts on it know I very, very much hate pay-to-win players, especially since they make it harder for me to enjoy using my favorite teams. Because Legends, despite how good or bad I'm doing, can just randomly send one of these fuckers my way and really make my day that much worse. I hate it very much. So, yeah. Not to mention pay-to-win players are extra annoying because they tend to just immediately max out the most brain-dead units they can, and, that's not fun in the slightest. So, yeah. Now, I don't think it's a stretch at all, and I don't think anybody else would, but, Dragon Ball Legends has some of the most lackluster PvE I think I've ever seen. As aside from raids, which are basically the same every time, just with a different character to fight, nothing's really changed. Heck, we've had some of the same events since the start of Legends that are still here, and those events are literally useless except for CC for new players. And Legends isn't even getting that many new players because the game is dying faster than it is gaining players. I don't even understand how Legends is still going at this point. People are saying, "Oh, it'll survive because of the War Arc or whatever," but I don't think it will, because these devs are just they're so dumb. They just keep making units that make the game more and more unplayable, and more in favor of pay to win and passive no skill players, bro. And I hate it. I get that it's a gacha game, but that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse for the devs not friggin' genuinely trying out how busted these characters are against actual competent players, because, like, this is some bullshit. Anyways, those are the 5 main reasons why I think Legend is done. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, please. I want to try and reach 400 subs by the time of July, because that's the 1-year anniversary for my channel. And, if you want to, join the Discord server. See you next time.